So it says Joyland Toys, a toy manufacturer, is experiencing quality problems on its assembly line. The marketing division estimates that each defective toy that leaves the plant costs the firm $10 on average for replacement or repair. The engineering department recommends hiring quality inspectors to sample for defective toys. In this way, many quality problems can be caught and prevented before shipping. After visiting other companies, a management team derives the following schedule showing the approximate number of defective toys that would be produced for several levels of inspection. So what we're looking at here isn't a question of how much money hiring these inspectors is going to make us directly, but it's more how much money each individual inspector would save us and the marginal value of each inspector. So if we assume that the firms are paying a daily wage to inspectors of $70, then that means basically what we're trying to find out is, does this inspector make enough money to justify us hiring them and bring them in that day? And if we're going to pay them $70, we would like that inspector to save us from having 7 defective toys go out because they're going to cost us $10 a piece. So if we're going to pay them $70 and they do nothing but improve the reputation of the company, then they are going to save us $70 in bad toys going out. And it'll be kind of we're not going to end up better off financially because we're paying $70 to recover $70, but we'll improve the reputation of the brand for sure. So having an inspector at all coming in, we go from 0 inspectors to 1 inspector, and that leads to an average number of defective toys per day going from 92 to 62. And I am going to go ahead and zoom these in now. So when we have the first inspector come in, they reduce the number of defective toys that go out by 30. So they're going to save us 30 times 10 or $300 in saved faulty toys being sold. The second inspector, when we bring them in, they're going to save us $20 in defective toys being sold. And the third inspector, when we bring them in, they're going to save us 15 defective toys being sold. So the marginal number of defective toys is always this number minus this number. So it's going from 0 to 1 is taking total defective at 1 minus total defective at 0. So if we kind of work backwards off that, we would take 5 minus 10 is negative 5. 10 minus 17 is negative 7. 17 minus 27, negative 10, and so on. And what we find is that at a daily wage of $70, the firm should hire where they essentially follow the essence of the profit maximization rule that we've discussed. In this case, what we're doing is we're optimizing where the marginal cost is equal to the marginal benefit. So the marginal cost of $70 is equal to the marginal benefit, 7 toys times 10 at 5 inspectors. And then if the wage rate were $90, then the fourth inspector coming in saves us 10 defective toys. 10 times 10 is $100. So they're going to save us $100 in defective toys being sold, and we're going to pay them 90. So they end up benefiting us a net positive of $10. But because the wage rate went up to $90, that fifth worker only bringing us $70 in saved defective toys would no longer be justified to be hired. So under the circumstances of B, the fifth worker is no longer justified to be hired because the marginal cost exceeds the marginal benefit. So we would only hire 4 inspectors. And if the average cost of a defective toy is $5 and the wage rate of inspectors is $70, then so average cost of a defective toy is 5, wage rate of inspectors is 70. So now the number of inspectors increasing is still the same. The marginal cost of an additional inspector is still the same, but the value of the defective toys being saved is essentially cut in half. So everything that we've got in this column is going to be cut in half. 300 becomes 150, 200 becomes 100, 150 becomes 75, and so on until now at the optimal wage. 75 is recovered when we hire 3 workers, but if we were to hire the 4th worker, we only recover 50, and it says the wage has stayed at 70. So we would no longer hire the 4th worker, we would only hire 3 when the value or the average cost of a defective toy is cut in half from 10 to 5.